He's very consistent with even training, videos. He's never too high, never too low. The thing that I really like about the boss is that he drills into us that we're very privileged men to be doing what we're doing, and every day be humble. He always respects the opposition. He says before the game maybe 20 times to respect the opposition because they're good players, no matter where they are in the league. If it's top of the league or bottom of the league, to always respect them, and that we're privileged people to be doing what we are today. So enjoy it and make the most of it.
What was his message when he first came into the club? Do you remember that first meeting?
Yeah, I can remember it. It was a bit of a blur. It was a little bit of a blur to be honest, because there was so much rushing around and stuff like that. But as soon as he got out onto the training pitch, and he was very demanding, he was very, in the video meetings, it was very deep analysis and long meetings, but he got his point across very quickly and clear. Yeah, he's just changed the whole system around, really.
And how did he build a relationship with you?
I remember the night before the Man United game, he had told me, I think I was only on 3 goals come Christmas time, and he said to me, by the end of the season, you're going to score 15 goals. I've watched all your clips at Brentford. You're an amazing player. I don't need to buy another striker. I'm going to stick with you. So he had all this faith in me before I'd even played a game for him. And that's just something you want to hear, really. And I thought, 15 goals, like I'm only on 3 goals. There's another 12 goals in, maybe like 18 games. He obviously does have a lot of belief in me. So yeah, it was nice to hear that.
And do you know how many you scored between then and the end of the season?
50. Yeah, I got the 15. I got to 15, yeah.
Because I remember before that, Villa were being linked with lots of strikers. I think strikers were coming into the football club. I'm interested in what it did for you when he said, I don't need another striker. You're the guy.
Yeah, obviously it's not nice to be seeing other players being linked with the club, especially in your position, because it feels like, why would you look elsewhere when you've got something there? There obviously is some doubt around you. You never know with those rumours if they're true or not. But when he said that he wasn't going to buy anyone, I think he sold Danny Ings, actually, who I thought was an unbelievable player, and he said he sold him in January and said, you're going to play. So yeah, having that faith put into me was nice, and I felt like a new belief came out in me and confidence that he knew I was going to perform, and I kind of had a little bit of pressure off of me, actually. It kind of took pressure off of me because he was so confident I was going to do well.
You've had a number of managers, not just Emery. I'm interested in who has got the best out of you and what are their methods to do so?
I would have to say Unai, just because Premier League is a different level. Yeah, it's just the hardest level to do it at, I think. So I've scored a lot of goals since he's come in. So I would definitely say him, but I feel like I've performed well under most of my managers. Yeah,
you have. Tell us about the last few months of the season when Spurs are breathing down your neck. The Champions League is on the line. It's like the most unbelievable achievement for Aston Villa if they can get there. And then suddenly everything seems a bit harder, I imagine. Trying to pick up results, worrying about opposition, trying to get over the line. How did Unai deal with that period, and what was it like inside the club for the last few games of the season?
I felt like we dealt with it quite well, although deep down, maybe subconsciously, we may have been thinking about it a lot, because as soon as you get off the pitch and Tottenham are playing at the same time, or someone will come up to you and say, Tottenham lost or Tottenham won. And so there was a lot of talk, and everyone, was fighting for us all to get to, everyone had the same objective and we all wanted to get to the same place. So as much as you didn't want to hear about it, you kind of wanted to hear the good news of them losing. And I feel like it did affect us a little bit, but in the end we had done enough over the course of the season to do enough and get across the line.
You know, Huel has been a staple of my diet for some time, and I'm currently loving these Huel Daily A to Z vitamins. Tastes great, refreshing. Each can has 26 vitamins and minerals, offering 154 science-backed health benefits. Reduced tiredness and fatigue, normal cognitive function, healthy skin, hair and nails, and vitamin D for immunity. This is a vitamin drink that offers everything you could need it to. So what are you waiting for? Grab it right now in Tesco stores nationwide or at Huel.com and let me know what you think.
There was a brilliant interview that Unai did after the Manchester United game on Boxing Day when you let slip a 2-goal lead and lost, and where he was being interviewed, and the interviewer wanted to talk about the doom and gloom he must have felt, and he was brilliant at setting it in that wider context of going, we're still doing great in the league, let's focus on the positives. Is that a technique he regularly uses?
Yeah, definitely. And it's something that I've kind of used to help me personally, by just taking each game step by step and looking at how far we've come. I think we were 2-0 up against Chelsea not long ago, and they end up coming back and drawing 2-2. And everyone was mad after the game, but I kind of looked at it as a positive and thought, 18 months ago, if we got a draw against Chelsea, we would have been over the moon. And now we're furious that we haven't beat them. So it just shows how far the club have come and where we're going to.
I've loved looking at your story so far, and there's this recurring theme of proving people wrong. Whether it is playing in the lower leagues as a young guy and wanting to make that move, whether it's finally getting the chance in the Premier League after a couple of disappointing playoff finals for Exeter and Brentford. You're now 28. You've played in a team that's qualified for the Champions League. You've been the standout English striker in the Premier League for a season. What would you still love to achieve?
For me personally, to win something, a team award, at the end of the season, you want to try and come away with something, or even at the end of your career, it may be great saying I've scored this amount of goals or I won this individual award, but as a team saying I won the FA Cup or the League or the Euros, World Cup, they're the things that you want to have and tell your grandkids and things like that. So I think winning a trophy it would be the one.
And we're having a conversation on the verge of a major tournament. So do you now feel ready to be a striker for England at a major tournament?
Yes, I'm ready. I've had one of my best seasons, well, undoubtedly my best season this year, and I feel like I'm confident in myself and my ability, and there's not a better time for me to go into a tournament, having a season like I've had this year. Yeah, I feel like I deserve to be there. I'm confident in my own ability, and whenever I've put on an England shirt, I've done well, and I feel like I can do more. I've got a lot to bring to the table, and that's my aim to make the Euro squad and hopefully achieve something great with them.